In the latest version of DMHub, we have been working on some exciting new improvements for how your characters can move around maps. As you probably know, right now in DMHub, characters have been able to move around maps by using this square-based grid that has pathfinding and where your characters always end up in discrete grid tiles. But we've added a new option under settings where when not in combat, you can choose to no longer constrain your tokens to the grid. When you turn this on, your tokens can now move to any location, and they completely ignore the grid, and you can just move them along a continuous spectrum anywhere. They still have pathfinding, so they still go around buildings, but they go directly to the location, and you can make them go simply anywhere. And of course, if you do this and turn the grid off, then you can forget about the grid entirely, and you just have this nice continuous play space. As soon as you enter combat, they will enter in the grid and follow grid-based rules. In the future, we may do something to allow you to have continuous movement even when in combat. The next thing I want to show you is that a lot of people have asked about having hex-based grids instead of square tiles. And we have added something for this. And if you go into your map settings panel, you'll see that there are some options for map tiling. So I can change, for instance, to flat top hexes, and now you'll see that I have this nice hex grid, and my tokens can move around the hex grid. We don't completely have the pathfinding worked out for the hex grid yet. As you can see, it's telling me I can move in the building. So we don't have obstacles working fully, but most other features do work. So you can see that this character, she is moving around this grid. If she used an attack, it correctly gets the radius within the grid. You can also easily change to pointy top hexes if you prefer hexes aligned like this. We also allow you to import maps that are hex-based, which is very useful, especially because many people want hex maps because often maps that are overland maps, overworld maps, world maps often use hexes. And I have this map from Curse of Strahd that I'm going to use as a demo, where we have a system very similar to our square-based selection, where you have to select a point on the right side of a hex, and then you have to select a point at the top right corner of that same hex, and then you have to select a point at the top left corner. And once you've done that, it puts a dot at every corner between the hexes to show us where it's interpreting the grid to be at. Then it will ask you to put a hex on the right side of another hex that's a long way away. So I'm going to just choose this one right here, and you can see that then that's given enough information to work out where all the hexes are. And so once I do that, I finish importing my map, and now we have this nice new map, and I can put a character down on it, and the character can now move around this nice hex-based map. So as you can see, we have added a lot more options. We started off with just square-based grids. Now you can have free token movement, and you can also have hex grids. I hope that you're excited to try these changes out soon.